Hey, it's Steve Rode and Damon Day. We're back with another Penny Stupid Update podcast. And today we're talking about, I have to point to my left, so you have to point to your right.
Well, you're above me on my screen.
Well, yeah, I know, but that's not how it ends up when we edit it.
Steve.
You point to your right. Just point to your right.
This way? You're over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. All right, that's how it works.
Steve's over there.
Back with another Penny Stupid Update, and we are combining everything, both online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, Amazon, FBA, and all the rideshare gigs and everything else, because one of the secrets we have learned to cracking the code is if you throw it all in one bucket, it works. And Damon has a perfect story from this week. He's just getting started with Amazon, fulfillment by Amazon, where you're buying items less expensively, selling them on Amazon, making the difference. And so this week, he actually purchased his first items. That was kind of a mad dash across the country to get those. We'll talk about that in a second. But Damon, you've got to tell the story about how you combined rideshare with helping to pay for your items and making extra money while you went to pick them up.
Yeah, I did. We definitely put the cart before the horse because I went and bought a whole bunch of items that you told me about. And tomorrow I actually have my FBA account verification interview. So I'm not even really approved yet. But
that's new to me. That years ago when I signed up, that was you just click and that was it. But now they got to make sure you're human and have a pulse.
Well, you snuck in under the wire. Now they keep the riffraff out. So lucky for you, you got in.
Well, let's talk about what we did for you. So before you signed up with your Amazon account, we quickly created an LLC company for you.
Yeah, simple.
In Arizona.
It was simple because Steve did it.
Yeah.
But he did it when I was on the phone with him. It took him 2 minutes? And you're like, what's your credit card number? That was my input. I gave him the credit card number, and it was $85 to set up the LLC in Arizona?
It was. Now, Arizona's kind of funny because they have a $50 filing fee. Cool, I get it. Everybody does. But then you can get standard processing, which is free and takes like a week. Or you can get expedited processing, which is like 2 days for an extra $35. But the reason yours came to $85 is they don't let you select the free one.
I was going to say, you upgraded me without asking?
No. That was it. They'd hang it out there and show you, hey, you could do this free. But
it could be free, but screw you, El Cheapo. You're paying us.
No way.
Yeah. Well,
so for $85, we got you registered, and now you can. I don't know if you've started the process. I pointed you in the way of the process, but to get your tax exempt number, you have to get your sales tax resale number.
Yeah,
and then you won't have to pay sales tax anymore.
Yeah, and that's a huge little nugget too, because if you get to the point which is apparently very easy to do, and Steve's showing me the way. Where you can buy all these things without having to pay sales tax, just the things that we bought on, what was it, Monday? Yeah, it was Monday. Yeah. That's going to save me, what did we buy, 6 of those for me and 1 of those for you? So that's going to save me $120 in sales tax.
Yeah, I think I saved $38 on my one.
38? No, I thought it was $20 in tax. Should be 20 because they're $220 and tax is usually under 10%. So you saved about $20.
Oh, $20?
Yeah. $20 is $20.
That's what she... Yeah. So here's what happened. Damon said we got the cart before the horse, which is absolutely true. So every day I'm searching for
But if you
new
got
products.
Steve, you can put the cart before the horse because he's guiding the way. So subscribe to our damn videos and you'll have Steve too.
So I found these thermal printers at an office supply store that were a really good deal. So I can tell you, bear with me looking up here for a second.
While he's looking that up, here's what happened. I woke up early Monday morning to Steve's text that says,
"Get up!
Yeah,
get up!"
It says, "Buy as many of these as you can right now." And I'm like, "What? What? Okay, so I call him, and he's like, "You got to go to this office supply store. There's several of them around Phoenix, and you got to buy as many of these as we can." So then I get up, and we're both on the computer, and these were special deals, but you had to only pick up in store. You couldn't have them shipped. So
yeah. You couldn't order them. You couldn't have them shipped.
We sourced five different locations around Phoenix, where I'm at. And we were just both buying, like he'd go to this store, I'm at this store, like, oh, okay, I got 2 here. Oh, I got 1 here. And then the credit card that I had you selected for this, which is a card that I never use, that I want to keep everything together on. Well, all of a sudden there's this flurry of activity, and I haven't probably put a charge on that card in, I don't know, a year or two. And so we bought, what did we buy? 7, 8. I think we bought 8, but we only ended up with 7 because one of them, some bastard.
Oh, no, I lost one.
Yeah, some bastard snuck into the store and took one before we could get there or whatever. So we're charging basically multiple charges of the exact same amount because we're buying these thermal label printers, in all these different stores. And of course, the card, boom, fraud flag right away. Something's going on weird here. All these different stores all of a sudden. So all the orders that we thought we had,
including mine,
including yours, got put on hold, right? So everything was on hold because the charge didn't go through. So then I had to call the bank and clear it up. It's like, yeah, that's me buying all these things. So they released the fraud hold. And then both Steve and I...
Wait, hold on. Don't forget that I had to go to third-level support at the office supply company who put a security guy on the phone with me and said... Do you know a Damon Day?
Yeah. Well, because one of them, you were using my card to buy because you were on the site.
That was my card.
I thought you were using my card.
No, I used my card, but I listed you as
I had to pick it up. Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because I'm in North Carolina and you're in Arizona.
Yeah.
And they noticed, hey, this guy just placed it for him on a different card. And Damon just ordered 5 or 6. It looked like a criminal activity.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on here, but the mob is definitely involved in these damn printers. They might be printing money. So anyway,
I told the security guy, you know what? Everything's cool. I really appreciate you catching that. And Damon's a great friend. So everything's fine.
Yeah. So
thank you.
I was on level 1 support with the office supply company. We got it cleared up. I explained what we were doing. Well, not in detail, but everything got canceled. So then we had to frantically go and reorder everything because Steve and I are now both in a panic that these things are going to fly off the shelves at any moment because they're $220, right? And you were saying they're selling on Amazon for...
Yeah, I got it right here. So they are 118% profit on these things. So they're selling on Amazon for $574. We got them for $219.
$574? They were $450 Monday when we bought them. They're $574 now?
It's a moving target. It changes.
Moving up, baby.
If the less expensive. So what happens sometimes is people will price them low because they want them to sell quickly, but then they sell out. So those of us that have held out for a little bit get the higher price.
So us scalpers in the back end.
Yeah, kind of.
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
Well, when we send yours in to Amazon, we'll probably, my suggestion will be to price them lower and move them quickly so you can turn that cash around.
We first have to find out if I'm approved. We don't even know if I'm approved to sell these things yet, but it's okay because Steve said graciously, well, if you can't sell them, I'll sell them.
I'll buy them from you.
He's like, for how much? We got a consignment offer coming here? What's the consignment deal?
No, I'll sell them and,
we'll work it out.
We'll take care of it.
So anyway, we're frantic. We finally get it all figured out. Of course, my card now has 15 charges on it that are still pending because it takes a few days for the ones that didn't go through to come off. So I looked at my card online on Tuesday, the day after, and I went, what the hell? And then it took me a second to realize, they're just pending. They'll fall off. So anyway,
they'll fall off.
We ended up with 7 that we were able to purchase of these printers that Steve thinks we could get, 200 profit-ish.
Yeah.
Depending on if you sell for $450 or $550, there could be anywhere from $150 to $250 in profit on these things. So so now the next step though is I had to go get all these products at all these different office supply stores all over the valley
all around Phoenix.
Phoenix is huge, and I live at the very north end. And of course, all 5 of these stores were at the southeastern and south and southeast of Phoenix. So when you look at the route I was looking at, it was a solid 200-mile loop to go get these things. Now, we've got 7 of these, so we're looking at probably $1,400 give or take in profit. Now, I'm sure anybody listening to this that's looking at some side work would not mind a 200-mile loop. Grab that stuff, put it in a big box, send it to Amazon, and wait for a $1,400 profit, right? I mean, so duh, we'll do that. But then I go to do it, and of course, I got the genius idea of, hey, I've got all these gig apps that I'm trying out and I'm using. Why don't I turn on Uber and see if I can catch rides along my loop that I've got planned out, right? And so that's what I did. I turned it on. I immediately pinged a ride like 30 miles going south. Got paid like $45 for that ride. And then so I kept doing that. And I got rides to between each store and all the way down there. By the end of the night, I had done my loop. I got the 7 packages, and between Uber and Uber Eats, and I think there was one Lyft Lux ride in there. By the time I got home with my items that were going to potentially make us $1,400, I'd also earned $270 on Uber and Uber Eats. So I got paid $270 to do what I literally would have done for free because I was going for that $1,400. So it's just a way that if you get creative with these apps, you don't just have to say, oh, I'm an Uber driver, I'm going to drive for Uber, and then just bitch about Uber if Uber's not paying you enough money or whatever. There's so many different ways to make money. You can get really creative and then even combine some of these things together. So you're essentially double dipping, right? Uber's paying me to drive around and get inventory for the new
ingenious.
Amazon, FBA deal that we're trying out. I mean, I was like, got home and I was like, I am a genius. I am a genius.
I thought it was ingenious myself.
I'm the only guy to ever think of this.
Well, the funny thing is you would go to one store and then you go, okay, I'm looking for a ride to the next store.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did. I'd get in the parking lot, and then I would put on the Tesla, I would put the address of the next office supply store there, so I'd have an idea of where I was going, and then I'd get on my phone, I'd turn on Uber, and I would because Uber's like a fire hose. I mean, where we're at in Phoenix, it just throws rides at you. I mean, there's no shortage of rides on Uber. Lyft is a lot slower, but I drive Lyft Lux and Lyft Lux Black, so I make more per ride when I do the Lyft. But Uber is just like, here's a ride, here's a ride, here's a ride. So I'm looking, and I would just decline until I got one that was going there. And so that first office supply store I got to, it was about, I feel like it was about 55 miles from my house, the first one.
Okay.
I picked up 2 rides right on the way. I made $60. By the time I got to my first pickup, I had $60 in the bank when I got there. And there was 2 rides. I dropped off the second rider, and I shit you not, I was 1.9 miles from the office supply store when I dropped them off. It got me to within 2 miles of where I needed to go. And I'm like, this is the greatest idea I've ever had in my life. And then, so you're right. Between each one, and then so the next one would be like 15 miles away. So I'd wait, bing, bing, bing. Oh, here's one that's going right there. The next one got me within 2 miles as well. I made, I think, like $15 for the next ride, and it was 10 miles away. Went and picked him up. Actually had a great conversation with him. The rider is in the mortgage industry, and he's like freaking out about his job right now. He's a mortgage underwriter. So of course we got to talking, you know me, I talk a little bit, and I was telling him what we were doing, the experiment. Oh, I used to drive Uber like years ago. And so I was telling him about the experiment and what we were doing and how I'm using Lyft like that or Uber that day, and told him going around to all these different office supply stores. And so he got super interested, took one of my cards. He said he's going to subscribe to the channel. So, I think his name was Dan Moneybags. I have to go back and look at the video. But there was the cool, because it says Dan, and then it had an emoji of a money bag. But when Uber would say the name, because it's vocal, right? It's like drop off Joe over here, right? It'll say drop off Dan Moneybags. we got a laugh out of that. But yeah, hopefully he joined the channel, subscribed, and now he can actually start doing these side hustles, and hopefully he doesn't get let go. But even if he doesn't get let go, which would be a good thing, he can make some extra money. But if he does get let go, he can have some other income coming in. So had some good rides, but at the end of the day, $270 just by thinking, oh, I'll flip on this app I have on my phone. That's it. And essentially,
you didn't do any food delivery, did you?
I did a couple of food deliveries in there too, because I don't care. I don't care if I'm dropping off. One of them was it was it was like 4 fancy ice cream slushy things, and it was right on the way to where I was going to the third stop. So, and it was like $15. So I grabbed it and kept going. I mean, it was great. So yeah, hey, and I can ride off the whole damn adventure.
That's right. You take off all the miles on your brand new company, your fresh company. Now, a couple of housekeeping things. Be sure to like the video. That is really, really important. It helps us. So please subscribe to the channel, ring the bell to get notified, and stay tuned. The other thing is, this is going to happen. The platform will probably be Patreon, but we are going to have a community forum for people that want inside information to log in and chat with Damon and I and help each other. And we'll give more specifics about projects that we're working on, answer all your questions. And that will probably be coming up. So if you haven't done it yet, go to the pennystupid.com website and subscribe to our newsletter. So, cause I'm the guy that handles that. So I can notify you when Damon and I got our shit together on that. It'll be very soon. We've been talking about this for years now. So it'll be very soon.
But it's pennystupid.com, not the pennystupid.
What did I say?
Well, you said the pennystupid.com website. So I was just clarifying.
It is.
Pennystupid.
Thank you. It is pennystupid.com.
Yeah.
Full stop.
Yeah.
And
go ahead.
I wanted to give people an update. So I've been pretty transparent about the journey so far. 3 months ago, my sales on Amazon were $86 for the month. 2 months ago, they were $2,500 for the month. Last month, it was $9,000. And today, we're 2/3
January
through
19th.
the month. January 19th. And today, I'm at $13,500 for January. So things are accelerating at a nice pace. And when I first started, Damon, I would buy things to sell. Like, I'll buy one and I'll try it and sell it. While we were getting ready for this podcast, I placed an order for some items. Now I'm buying them in 10s and 20s.
Yeah, but that just comes with experience, right? And that's one of your
exactly
kind of cornerstones of advice when you're getting started. Don't just go hog wild until
little steps. Yep.
Yeah, you kind of figure it out. Like, there's nothing wrong with just, even if it looks like an awesome deal and you can buy 10 or 20, obviously it also depends on how much money you have that you can tie up in inventory, but it's not going to be a big deal to buy 1 or 2, see how it goes first, and then maybe the next time around, if that comes up again, then maybe buy 5 or 6. Like, oh, that went well last time. It sold out within 2 weeks. That's a good product. Let me think about doing that again. But don't just say, hey, I got $1,000 and then throw that $1,000 into 10 units of one product and then just sit there and hope they sell. That could crash and burn you real quick.
Now, I mean, I've learned some really stupid mistakes, rookie mistakes along the way. Everybody will learn them one way or another. And luckily I have not, because I have taken this baby step approach, I really haven't lost any money doing this. Now, here's where it all comes together. Because Damon and I have these conversations all the time when we're not doing podcasts. Here's where it comes together. If you don't have enough spare cash, or it would be stupid to max out cards and use all the money you have to get started on something like Amazon, then use the rideshare Amazon approach. Damon, tell us about that.
Tell you about rideshare? What?
No, your idea of starting with rideshare, generating money, using it.
Well, why didn't you say that?
I don't know.
So no, the point is, what I'm testing out is all these different gig apps, and there's a million of them out there. I mean, I've got reviews coming up actually on Amazon Flex, so that would be fun. You deliver Amazon Flex, and then you start into Amazon FBA, and you're just in the Amazon ecosystem. But I've got reviews coming up on Amazon Flex. Deliver that. I'm getting got some coming up on DoorDash as well. So there's all these different apps that you can do. And the thing that I love about these things is These are all things that you can do now, like today, tomorrow. If you've got no money and you've got bills due and there's no savings, there's no credit left. These are things that you don't need to invest anything. You don't need to have any money to do it. You just sign up, you go through a background check. Most of these apps within 2-3 days, you're approved and you can go out and make money. Like I did, we talked about on Monday. I made 200. I wasn't even planning on driving. I usually don't drive during the week because Friday and Saturday, they're most profitable on Lyft and Uber. But I had to go for some personal errands, right? What was I doing last night? Oh, here's a good example. I had 2 old batteries for my diesel truck that I had bought and replaced the batteries. They were sitting in my garage for a month. I've been meaning to go take them back to the place to get the core charge, right? $45 to get the core, but I didn't want to drive. It was like 20 miles away. I didn't want to just waste a trip going down there for $45. So, Steve, what did I do? I turned on my Uber app, right? And
absolutely.
I went, and again, this was Wednesday night. Normally don't drive on Wednesday, but I had that personal errand I had to run. And I went and did that. And of course, I turned on Uber and it was like $100 all the way there and the way back. Now, it wasn't a big 200-mile loop or anything like that. It was 25 miles, 30 miles out to the store and 30 miles back. I made $100 plus the damn $45 core charges I got for the batteries. So I turned 30 miles out and 30 miles back for a $45 refund into maybe about, instead of 60 miles, I might have gone 100 total because, I detoured a little bit with some of these rides. But now I made $140. So these are just things that you can do right now to get money. And then once you start stacking cash, as they say, you use that money, you set it aside, this extra money that you're making. And then if you want to invest into something, whether it's FBA or some kind of a business or a retirement account or whatever it is, now you have the ability to take this extra money that you don't need to live on because you weren't making it before. And now you've got money to get started in something like an FBA. So you can eventually get to the point where you're not trading time for dollars anymore. That's the whole concept here. You don't want to be an Uber driver for the next 30 years, right? You're just doing it right now to get some seed money to get something else going. Is that what you're looking for?
So Damon, we've been talking about 15 minutes or so on this podcast, and I just refreshed my Amazon sales page. I've done $220 in sales in that time.
Damn it, Steve.
I know. And here's another thing. So the thing about Amazon is it's incredibly simple and immensely complex. So it's simple to get started and look and see how you're doing, but there are all sorts of fine tunings and tricks and everything. Here's a great one that just started recently is now with Amazon, if you are selling in the United States and shipping your inventory to a warehouse in the United States, you can also now sell in Canada and Mexico without shipping your product there. So I'm selling in 3 countries using Amazon. And when it comes to them charging me fees, I'm like, yes, take my money, because they're dealing with all that. My products sell in Canada and Mexico. They convert the money to me for dollars. They deposit it in my account. I got an email today and it said, now when we send payments, instead of you waiting 3 to 5 days for you to get paid, you can get paid within 24 hours. That sounds pretty good. It said, fees apply, 50 cents.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, sign me up for 50 cents.
And that's like
so
Uber and Lyft do the same thing, and a lot of these gig apps do. It's like 85 cents. You can cash out immediately, or you can wait a week, which is not a big deal. You get paid like every Monday or Tuesday, I think. Or you can pay, like say you have a big weekend and you make $1,000 and you don't want to wait a couple of days. You can pay 85 cents and have that $1,000 instantly, not even 24 hours, instantly. I say instantly, a minute. Takes about a minute maybe. And that, boom, money is in your bank account where you can go whatever. We got the Super Bowl coming up here in Phoenix. I didn't know I was going to say this, but subscribe to the damn channel because that is going to be a really interesting week for rideshare. We got the Phoenix Open, otherwise known as the Waste Management Open, and we got Super Bowl out here in Phoenix within the next couple weeks. Same week. I'm probably going to do some crazy drives, crazy hours. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a really fun week. We'll see how much money I can make.
We'll have to call it rideshare or Rama.
Ride-share-orama.
Because Damon's gonna be sleeping in his car.
I might.
And
I've
I'm
thought
not
about it.
joking.
I'm like, Tesla has camp mode, and
Yeah.
you can put the fireplace on the Tesla screen for the ambiance. So
Well, no. What you have to do is you got to leave it on dog mode, and then get me on your Tesla app so I can tune in. Now with dog mode, you can see inside the car.
Big Brother, I'll be like tossing and turning, so you'll be like, yeah, he's sleeping right now, but he better get up. Sun's about to come up. We got rides to go. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of bonuses, what kind of surge they have going on. But going back to what Steve was saying about Amazon, I'm all over the place. That's how my mind works. About you being simple but complicated at the same time. Our goal here is we're trying to help people figure this stuff out. Like, you can learn this stuff with us. And we've realized that there's so many details, a lot of these things that we're doing, that there's just no way we can cover that detail in just a series of YouTube videos. There's just so much stuff going on. So we've always had this idea. We want a forum. We want a community. We want to have something where people can just come and go, as they want, and get help and information and share with the community. And not just from us, because we don't have all the answers, but as the community grows, we can all learn from each other and protect each other from, getting ripped off from some, buy my course and make $10 million or, whatever it is, and get other people that are in the community that could say, oh yeah, I bought that and that I didn't like it, or it went well, or whatever. Just, we want to create a community of people that consumers can kind of get with and say, well, what's real? I need to make some extra money, or I need to get out of debt. Has anybody tried this? Has anybody tried that? Or what do you think of that? Or just learn from some of the things that we're doing. And we can put all of that detail, in forums and chats and things like that we just can't just bring to you on YouTube. We'll try to bring as much as we can on YouTube, but that Patreon account is, at least what we think, is going to be where the community can kind of come together and really help each other, and we can all grow together.
So give us your feedback. Post a comment down below and let us know. We think that $5 or $10 a month is totally reasonable for that. If you think that we're complete idiots and you have a different price in mind, I want to hear your opinion and let us know, and we will do that. Now, here's the important reason why we have to do this behind something that costs a little bit of money is, have you met people? And if you just have open access to the, that's it exactly, to keep the trolls out. I love Patreon's approach that says the reason we do communities is to give you a troll-free environment.
Well, just look at our YouTube. Just look at the comments on our YouTube channel. Right when I first started with Lyft, how many guys do we have come on? Lyft's a scam. You can't make more than $1,000. It'll never work. It's just like,
right.
Oh, what was that one guy saying? Dave, what was his name? The hell's that guy's name?
Dave Cronin.
Dave Cronin. And he comes on and he's like a troll about, it's never going to work. It's a scam. My cousin's brother's uncle's aunt's dog tried that and it didn't work out. And what did I do? $6,500 damn dollars my first month. But no, we got Dave Cronin over here telling me, Lyft's a scam, trying to tell everybody. It's like, no, we don't want those kind of negative people. Now, you can have your own opinion, but it better be backed by something if you're going to come at me with something.
What I want, because I've been online since 1994, before many of you were born. And it is a vicious place on the internet.
That was before Al Gore even invented the internet.
Yeah, that's right. But I want a community that is full of help and not hate.
Yes.
So that's why we're doing this Patreon thing. That is, if you think that is a good idea and something that you would like to participate in. So give me some feedback with a comment down there.
And we'll hear the feedback, but we'll ignore some of it because I don't think I'll enjoy Dave Cronin's feedback. Dave Cronin will say, that's a horrible idea.
Well, we got a special button for Dave. Mute.
We'll go back and listen to our video on attitude. We want the positive attitude people, people that want to move forward and are open-minded, and we will grow together. We'll all learn this stuff together. As a community, we're much stronger than just a single person out there watching all these ads trying to decipher, does this guy have the secret? Does this guy have the secret? None of these fuckers have the secret. Okay. Most of the stuff in these courses is just free information that they just kind of all put together. I'm not saying it's bad, But there's so many damn courses out there. You can't just $1,000 here, $500 here, 1,000. Eventually, you run out of money before you make any. So that's what we want to avoid.
Well, and ultimately, I think one of the secrets to being successful is do not follow somebody. Like, for example, don't follow everything we say. Use it as a starting point. Investigate. Make your own decisions. Come to your own conclusions. We can all provide ideas, but you have to decide if something is particularly right for you. And we'll have that discussion. Damon, the funny thing is that Damon and I have been independently helping people with financial problems, money troubles, dealing with finances. I've been helping people since 1994. Damon's been helping people for the last 20 or something years doing it. And it's just human nature that people want to buy a course or follow that one person, and then they don't get the results they want because you have to be involved in your own success. And so that's what we're here to help support you with.
Yeah, dude, I got a box in storage of all the courses I've bought over the years, of the Carlton Sheets and the Don Leprees and the Dean Graziolis. I mean, I got to get that box out of storage, and I'll just like, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this. Not to say that none of those things worked. I mean, all of those things had information you could take with it, but I'm not a millionaire yet, so.
So I did buy some properties, no money down, from, but
so did I, and I lost those in the crash of '08. But the bank got screwed in that deal, not me. I'm still here. I'm still kicking, baby.
All right. Well, we've been going on for about half an hour now, and is there anything else you want to add? I don't want to go into your success with Deliver That this week and how that worked for you. We'll do that in the next podcast. But some words of wisdom are, we got a code. We've cracked the code here using rideshare to multiply into Amazon or do whatever else you want. But rideshare money into something that's going to pay off long-term. And I am ecstatic about Amazon. Although I wait every day for another learning lesson. Yeah, you're always going to have hurdles.
Well, and that's I thought I turned my phone on. Hold on. What the? Someone's calling me. It's my dad. Awesome. I turned my phone on silent, but my fucking Mac was ringing. I don't know if you could hear that. Could you hear that?
No.
No. The whole thing was ringing. Okay. What I was trying to say before my dad rudely interrupted my podcast that he did not know I was doing.
Your daddy called you?
Yeah, my daddy was calling me. But what we want to do here that's very different, you mentioned it. We're not saying, hey, you have to do rideshare. Hey, you have to do FBA. The whole goal of what we're doing is everybody's different. Everybody has, different aptitudes for different things, different personalities. There's never going to be this course is the holy grail and you got to make money doing this. There's so many different things out there. So the key is to find things that you can do or that you like to do and that you would be good at. And that's what we're really trying to explore. We're trying to go wide with this stuff rather than just go narrow. And I know right now we're talking about rideshare a lot and we're talking about FBA, but that's not what's going to be our focus. That's just kind of what we started with, and we're having some success with that. And we're kind of growing that and seeing where that goes right now. But we're still also going wide and trying to get as many different things and different ideas as we can, which is why we think this community is going to be so important, because the more individuals that come into the community, the more ideas that we can get, and the more reviews and success stories or non-success stories. And eventually that's where we feel the value is going to be. The value is going to be in that community of like-minded individuals that are just trying to move forward in life, trying to get out of debt, trying to make money, trying to be successful. And all those ideas together is really where it's going to, I think, set us apart from so many of these courses and, other forums and things out there where we're not just trying to say, hey, I have the way. You have to follow me. It's the only way to do it, because that's just not true.
No, it's not true.
It's not
all right,
true, man.
Damon, until next time, I'll see you.
Peace.
All right. So now, apparently I totally failed in being able to set my camera up so that it was